we are back with another video, a video about the effects of dopamine on your brain. Dopamine. Dopamine is a neurotransmitter made in your brain. It plays a role as a reward center and in many body functions, including memory, movement, motivation, mood, attention, and more. High or low dopamine levels are associated with diseases including Parkinson's disease, restless legs syndrome, and attention deficit hyperactivity disorder ADHD. What is dopamine? Dopamine is a type of monoamine neurotransmitter. It's made in your brain and acts as a chemical messenger, communicating messages between nerve cells in your brain and the rest of your body. Dopamine also acts as a hormone. Dopamine, epinephrine, and norepinephrine are the main catecholamines, a label based on having part of the same molecular structure. These hormones are made by your adrenal gland, a small hat-shaped gland located on top of each of your kidneys. Dopamine is also a neurohormone released by the hypothalamus in your brain. What's the role of dopamine in my body? Dopamine plays a role in many body functions. As a neurotransmitter, dopamine is involved in movement, memory, pleasurable reward and motivation, behavior and cognition, attention, sleep and arousal, mood, learning, lactation. As a hormone, dopamine is released into your bloodstream. It plays a small role in the fight or flight syndrome. The fight or flight responses refers to your body's response to a perceived or real stressful situation, such as needing to escape danger. Dopamine also causes blood vessels to relax. At low doses, it acts as a vasodilator or constrict. At high doses, it acts as a vasoconstrictor. Increased sodium and urine removal from your body reduces insulin production in your pancreas, slows gastrointestinal contents movement, and protects your GI lining, reduces lymphatic activity in your immune system. How does dopamine make someone feel happy? Dopamine is known as the feel good hormone. It gives you a sense of pleasure. It also gives you the motivation to do something when you're feeling pleasure. Dopamine is part of your reward system. This system is designed from an evolutionary standpoint to reward you when you're doing the things you need to do to survive, eat, drink, complete to survive, and reproduce. As humans, our brains are hardwired to seek out behaviors that release dopamine in our reward system. When you're doing something pleasurable, your brain releases a large amount of dopamine. You feel good and you seek more of that feeling. This is why junk food and sugar are so addictive. They trigger the release of a large amount of dopamine into your brain, which gives you the feeling that you're on top of the world and you want to repeat that experience. How might I feel I have the right amount of dopamine? If you have the right balance of dopamine, you feel happy, motivated, alert, focused. How might I feel I have a low dopamine level? If you have a low dopamine level, you might feel tired, unmotivated, unhappy. You may also have memory loss, mood swings, sleep problems, concentration problems, a low sex drive. How might I feel I have a high dopamine level? If you have a high dopamine level, you might feel euphoric, energized, a high sex drive. The negative side of having high levels of dopamine include having trouble sleeping, having poor impulse control, being more aggressive. What health conditions are associated with high or low dopamine levels? Many diseases are associated with high or low levels of dopamine. There's still much to be learned. For example, does a high or low level of dopamine cause disease, or does disease cause a change in the dopamine level? Can the answer be both? Adding to the confusion is that the function of a single neurotransmitter like dopamine can't be viewed in isolation of other neurotransmitters or other chemicals in your brain or body. Many interact with each other, there is a lot going on. All that being said, there are still diseases in which the dopamine levels are high or low. What's dopamine's role in addiction to recreational drugs? Recreational drugs interfere with the way nerve cells in your brain send and receive messages. Drugs like marijuana and heroin mimic natural neurotransmitters. Other drugs like amphetamine and cocaine cause the release of large amounts of natural neurotransmitter or prevent the recycling of these neurotransmitters. Recreational drugs overstimulate your brain's reward center. Over time, with repeated drug exposure, a certain area of your brain becomes less sensitive and you don't get the same feeling of pleasure from anything else but the drug. Also, you'll often need to take larger and larger amounts of drugs to produce the same effect. At the same time, another area of your brain becomes more sensitive to the feelings of withdrawal, such as anxiety and irritability. As the drug effects wear off, and you'll seek drug use for another reason to get relief from discomfort, so addiction is a vicious cycle that develops from multiple mechanisms. Scientists now think that dopamine's role isn't to directly cause euphoria, but serves as a reinforcement to remembering and repeating pleasurable experience. So, when drugs cause surge in dopamine, it's teaching your brain to remember the experience. Your brain links your drug use and all of your routines and other cues surrounding the drug event. It's a reason why you might crave drugs when referring to the location where you once used drugs long after you've quit. Thank you so much for watching this far into the video. Remember to subscribe to the Mr. English channel and hit the bell icon to be notified when I post new videos.